Oh, you looked so mad. I was like, Missy's about to go off. We got to get her out of here. Because if one person stares at her the wrong way, we're going to be getting her out of Irish jail. And let me tell you, I bet you that would have been a 0 out of 10 country if you had gone to jail.
0 out of 0. Do not recommend. Do not go back. Do not pass go. Don't go there. It's terrible.
Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Flirting with Travel. I'm Lexi.
And I am Misty.
And today we are chatting about our most recent trip that we've taken to Ireland.
Yeah.
Now, I had been before, and I already knew that I liked it. You've gone to Ireland now. First impressions. What are your thoughts?
I have a mixed bag of emotions on Ireland. You know, sometimes when you have like a bad trip, not even a bad trip, but a bad experience, sometimes that weighs heavier than the good experience.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So we went to Ireland as a sister's trip. Our sister was there. And we were just all meeting up, right? So I didn't have any expectations of Ireland.
Okay. So going in, you didn't have any thoughts of like, this is what I want to see. This is what it's going to be like?
No.
Okay.
I realize I don't actually research where I go. And I should probably do way more history. I should do more like backdrop because I probably would like my pictures would be flyer.
Like, you don't care. You don't give a fuck.
Because for me, I really do feel like I show up and travel is just being in the same place with different food. That's how I feel. But I really do need to start researching where I'm going. Not necessarily for weather because I check that, but just like when you're doing the tourist attractions, just so I kind of like have doper pictures. I feel like I'm not as fly as I should be.
Yeah.
Because I didn't research what you should wear there.
You needed for the time.
Right.
Although I will say, I think your outfits came together really well for Ireland.
Yeah, much better. I wasn't trying to do like extra stuff that I've never done.
Okay.
So the thing about Ireland, I actually enjoyed it. It's a nice country. The people are warm. For the most part, they're warm. The men are super flirty and I think they're funny. If you
charming.
They're charming. If you like dry humor and that banter, I love it. So it works for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool in that way, but very walkable. I enjoyed the walkability of Dublin and Galway for that matter. Mm-hmm. Is it Galway or Galway?
I think it's Galway. I know
Galway.
They were done with me because I couldn't remember which is a pronunciation. So every time I said it, I said Galway. Just so I could cover all my bases. Either way,
Galway.
We were trying to do a 3-city tour. We wanted to go to Dublin, then do Cork, then do Galway. And
in 7 days, I'm so happy we didn't do that. It wasn't going to be an impossible itinerary, actually.
We could have done it. The thing is that you're always going to be exhausted and you're always going to be packing.
I do not like travel like that. I don't think it's fun to spend 2 days in multiple cities because it's too much transiting.
Well, to me, I think you actually have to do a minimum of 3 days, which is the day you get there, at least one full day, and then the day you leave. Because if you're doing just a half and half, it means that you get there, even if you get there first thing in the morning,
right? You
still have to drop your bags off. You're not even checking into your hotel. And then the next morning, you're getting up and leaving.
And you're leaving, so you're tired because all of it.
Either way, though, I really enjoyed Ireland the first time. There was something weird about the energy when there were 3 of us. I'm going to be honest. I have stopped noticing when I get stared at since living in Japan, but I actually kind of felt it. Like when we would walk through pubs and people would stare you down.
Now, the most awkward thing. Like I've never felt like I don't think I've ever been like intensely looked at in the manner.
Been to Asia, which is like you expect it in China, you expect it in places that don't have a ton of other people in the country, but in Ireland, it was like you have a ton of tourists. It's weird that you're staring at us. Now, granted, I will say, Diambe had purple braids down to her waist. You had a ginger afro, and I had locks that were half pink, half orange. So maybe that's why they were staring at us.
They were like, this old man he was just like this.
And you know when you catch someone's eye, they kind of look away? He didn't. No, kept on looking.
I think at the end, what it did come down to is they thought we were somebody. No, we are somebody. I am somebody. But I think they thought we were somebody like famous. But at this particular moment, we were just regular human beings on a vacation, like being treated like we were in a glass bowl. It really got annoying, actually.
It was actually grating on you. I can ignore it. Those are things I can ignore. I do remember feeling like, man, I don't remember getting looked at last time I was here. I guess if it's 3 of us, then suddenly they're like, they're traveling in packs.
I just felt that way too.
But just as a caveat, if you do have to get around Ireland, the train system is great. Though I will say that is a place where renting a car and driving is a nice idea because there's a ton of cool stops.
It is. Actually, they have a lot of islands and little small towns that we didn't do, but
I mean, we were on really very fixed time.
I think if you do Ireland, I would say maybe spend 2 weeks there.
I could see 2 weeks renting a car and doing a full loop. Because there's obviously you have the big cities, but I think the charm is the smaller places. So
the B&Bs. I would also go not in the winter. I would do more of the.
I went in December and I actually really enjoyed it because it was empty. No one was there.
Was it warm-ish?
No, it was cold.
Cold.
It drizzled every day and it was chilly. It wasn't snowy, but it was chilly.
They have a lot of dense food. I want to say that that was way off of like Harry Potter and The Ring.
The Ring? The dense food. Go ahead. It's okay. I'm with you.
It was a lot of potatoes. Very potato heavy.
Yes. Not a lot of veggies, which is kind of frustrating. Like, I think at the end of it, I was like, I really do want a salad, but I don't want to spend like salad prices.
I got a really good Caesar salad. I would say if you're a vegetarian, I'm not sure how well you're going to do there.
Oh, I mean, you're going to eat a ton of potatoes.
But
they're huge on sausage, which the sausage is a little different than, it's not like how you'd imagine Italian sausage. It's kind of like.
Doesn't have enough fat content in it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, maybe if all you're having are potatoes and sausage, you're trying to get something that doesn't have too much fat in it.
Yeah. So the food on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
That's going to be harsh. I'm going to have to say 5.
I would give it a 5.5, 6. The drinks on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I mean, there's like an 8, 9.
Love it because I love the whiskey. 9, I give it. So there we go. We're averaging 9. Activities, things to do on a scale of 1 to 10.
You know, that's got to be like an 8. They have fun stuff to do. It's also like a live music capital.
Lots of live music. That was one of my favorite things in Galway. There was like live music everywhere.
Yeah. You could walk into any pub after 4 p.m. I mean, even before, but after 4 p.m. and there's going to be someone set up with their guitar and they're talented.
Transportation, 1 to 10.
Ooh. You know what? For Dublin, I don't remember taking any public transportation. The first time I went, I had bought the hop on, hop off bus, which was like 10 out of 10 because it took you everywhere you needed to go. You can get the, I think it's called the 747 from the airport into town. And it's the hop on, hop off that takes you to everywhere you want to go.
Because we did the Uber. But we were also going somewhere super far from the airport. So. Yeah.
Oh, no, my hotel was... The first time I went was maybe less than a mile from where we stayed.
Oh, I'm sorry. We went to the Generator.
Yeah.
But we did Uber. Okay. And then culturally for the people and just vibe. People, vibe, culture. We're just going to wrap all of that into one. As a 1 to 10, welcoming feeling, warmness being 10, coldness being 0.
This is an impossible one to answer because the first time I went, I would have said a 9 because when I was by myself, Missy, the people were so nice. Like,
they were still kind of nice.
Yeah, but I was like sitting in a bar by myself, literally because I just wanted a drink so I could go to the bathroom. I was going to drink my beer, go to the bathroom, and then head out. And this guy looked over. He's like, "Are you drinking alone? You can't drink alone." And then I ended up 5 hours later. Oh my gosh. I showed up to the concert I was going to trashed because we were just going back and forth. Just he bought around, I bought around.
We didn't have that experience. I won't say it's bad, but I will say the lady with the hamburger that was at that stand, listen, if I could have stabbed her in her throat, I would have. She was so fucking rude. Imagine you're sitting there, you're the next in line for a hamburger. She looks at you and then she gives the hamburger to the another person who formed their own line.
And kind of looked at us as she did it. So
I was infuriated to the point where I was like shaking and I had tears come because I wanted to snatch her throat out. And there was nothing I could actually even do. And I felt very, very angry.
So this is right before the Garth Brooks concert. We decided we were going to go grab a beer, grab some food. The bar that we were going to go to was incredibly full. So we ended up walking to this, it's going to sound so weird. What was it? Like a Brazilian?
It was a Brazilian restaurant.
Like
I forgot about that one. It was terrible too. That was like a fucking never recommended. Like those rude ass people. The only reason I even paid them for the drinks we drank was because they thought that we should pay them. But I was like, fuck them.
So for the story with that, we sat down, we ordered our food, and we ordered our drinks. They brought us our drinks. 30 minutes later, we're still waiting for our food. Mind you, I got sushi. So it's a Brazilian restaurant / sushi place. And I was like, sense. Sushi, right?
That makes sense. We should have known right then. But it had Brazilian like girls in there. So I was like, okay, so authentic. I got feijoada. I got caipirinha. I ordered a feijoada. I mean, it was going to be super authentic.
Yeah. So you got a soup that should have been pre-made. I got sushi that should be made in 15 minutes. And I think Diambe got
chicken wings
and fries. None of these things should take very long. You drop those into oil and you're done. 30 minutes later, so we call them over and they're like, oh, they just dropped your food in. It should be ready in a minute. And at this point, I'm looking at Misty.
They never said they just dropped our food in. They're like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
It should have been here. And 15 minutes later, it's still not here. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm not paying these people. I'm so hungry.
Misty looked so irritated. I was like, that's fine. We can just go. Let's just get our bill. So she's like, why are we getting our bill? I'm about to get up and leave. I was like, we just drank drinks.
I don't care. That was their thank you. Thank you for like waiting for us to not serve you the food. I'm not paying you. So when we get up, we stand up to leave. That's when all of our food miraculously appears. I was like, fuck you and the food. I don't want shit from this place. And I'm mad that I even got to pay you for this drink. You better be good that they're good human beings because you'd have to catch me.
It's not about being a good human being, Misty. If you walk away, catch you. You know how easy it is to catch you? We are 3 black people in a country with no other black people, and we look pretty unusual. Like, you could very easily say the woman with the afro. If a police is around, they're going to find you. Yeah.
I was so mad. We were all so mad. We were, when you're so hungry, you're shaking. We were at the point where like hunger shakes.
So after that, then we get closer and there's a food truck and we're like, fine, we're just going to get some burgers. We're not even going to get the beers that we wanted to get. And we're waiting in the line. And as we get closer to the front, we are trying to put in our order, but they keep on taking other people who are walking in. And they're like, again, I know you know that we're here because we don't look like anybody else in this line.
Also, I'm sitting here like, excuse me, we're next. And you know what really frustrates me about this whole thing? Diambe will boycott a lot of shit. She was still going to eat that raggedy ass food. Do you know I was like 2 steps from slapping it out of her hand?
Oh, I think it's because she had already paid them.
I was ready to slap it on the floor. How dare you? You'll boycott everything in America for racism, but we're going to eat these little nasty ass hamburgers. She like, you want a fry? No, I don't want a fry.
I think she was legitimately hungry. Mind you, we never actually got the hamburgers because we decided we weren't going to wait. After they had hamburgers coming on, there was like 2 left, and we put in our order. But then someone else kind of squeezed in. They packaged it up and gave it to them. And I swear to you, they looked at us after it. But Diambi had already paid for the fries. And I think
funky ass fries. I didn't want to give them shit. I refused to eat them.
Oh, you looked so mad. I was like, Missy's about to go off. We got to get her out of here. Because if one person stares at her the wrong way, we're going to be getting her out of Irish jail. And let me tell you, I bet you that would have been a 0 out of 10 country if you had gone to jail.
0 out of 0. Do not recommend. Do not go back. Do not pass go. Don't go there. It's terrible.
That's why I was like, come on, guys. We just have a fry to get your blood sugar right and let's leave.
I didn't eat anything. My blood sugar was right.
She did.
Somebody walked in front of me. I was like, I pushed her out the way like, bitch, please. Not today. You were not in the mood. And it was like super crowded because then we had to walk through the I was like, get out of my way. Like, I am not in the mood. Not today, not tomorrow, not today, Satan. I am not in the mood.
You know what gets me was the magic trick. When when we had to go back through the VIP entrance, someone pulled out cards to do the magic trick. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
He pulled the cards and he told you to pick one and then he put it back in the deck. And he's like, pick a card. Is this your card? You're like, no. Missy, you look so done. You're like, no, that's not my card. He's like, I don't know magic.
That is what actually calmed me back down. Because he was just like, I'm like, why the fuck are you standing in my face while picking? Listen, you and all your friends, your people, I'm done with you. But yeah, after he did that, he was like, I don't know magic. Why would you even believe that? I was like, what? What?
It diffused the situation so
he
well.
said, go eat. You'll feel better. I was like, okay. I mean, that is the redeeming quality. Like, the men were the redeeming quality of that country because
super charming.
Yeah, they were super charming.
Yeah.
Overall, it was like a 6.5 out of 10. Would I go back? No. But I did enjoy myself enough to say that it is somewhere I'd say that I would, you can go and feel like comfortable and have a good time. It's Western, it's affordable. Well, the euro was down, so it was affordable. And I enjoyed it.
Now, honest question. Is it Black friendly? Is it minority friendly?
I mean, I think they're accepting enough. I don't feel like it wasn't. I just feel like maybe we had a
look. There was something about us because I don't think Diambe had a feeling before we got there of like being stared at excessively. I had gone before and hadn't been stared at, but there was something about the three of us together. I swear, I think people thought that we were some girl band and they were trying to figure out if they knew us. That I really do think that might have done it.
That could be it. That could be it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't say don't go because the Jameson Factory is amazing and you should experience that. But I wouldn't say, oh my God, it's got to be at the top of your list. But it's, yeah.
Totally works for like young travelers. I don't think to me, it's not a family place. I wouldn't go if you're like, let's take our family vacation.
Yes.
Not family vacation with kids. If you're doing adult family vacation, because it's pub culture, there's so much about it that to me, you don't go and not drink in Ireland. Also, if you love music, it's worth going. Very folk music like, but if you love live music, you've got to enjoy that.
So young, single, young in a relationship, solo traveler, all really good places. Yeah. All really good for those types of people. Families, maybe, I don't know, but not that we would recommend. Mm-hmm. And
girls trip, guys trip. Yeah.
Definitely. It's definitely a bachelor party type of vibe if you're in like a stag type of bar culture.
And to me, it's a backpacking place. I don't think you take your checked bag and
it's a lot of walking.
Yeah. And you move around the country.
Yes.
So those are our Ireland. Honestly, I had fun. I had fun. We went through a lot just with the traveling, the packing our bags every 2 days, but I'd recommend it.
Okay, if you've been, tell us your favorite city. Let us know. Drop a comment below.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
and turn on notifications. We appreciate your support. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.
That's all for this week. Link up with us on Instagram at Flirting with Travel or check out flirtingwithtravel.com for itineraries and more travel hacks. Taking off. Love you.